got one of those?
I wasn't planning on riding today. Then my son asked if I wanted to go for a ride. It didn't take much convincing. We geared up and headed out. Hello, bonjour. I'm Dave, and welcome back to Two Wheels on the Go. You know, I was thinking about the last motorcycle I owned. I sold it before leaving for my peacekeeping mission in Bosnia in 2004. At the time, I figured I'd buy another one when I got back. Well, life had other plans. I was posted to another province. I met a girl and we got married. We started a family. My life took me down a few different paths. Before I knew it, almost 20 years had gone by. I never really decided to stop riding. It just happened. Looking back now, it's kind of amazing how quickly those years went by. When I decided to get back into riding in the fall of 2024, I wasn't looking for my forever bike. Honestly, I wasn't even sure I'd still enjoy riding. Living with PTSD, I noticed there were things I'd enjoyed before that just didn't feel the same anymore. I wasn't sure riding would be any different. I figured a used bike was a good place to start. That's how I ended up with the Kawasaki Vulcan Nomad. It was really a test. I wanted to answer one simple question. Do I still love riding? There was another reason this bike meant something to me. Back when I was in high school, my mom's cousin owned the Kawasaki dealership in our hometown and was right next to my school. I'd spend time walking to the showroom after class, sitting on bikes, looking through the brochures, imagining where I'd ride one day. The Nomad came out when I was a young adult, and I remember thinking it was such a great looking motorcycle. Owning one always felt just a little out of reach. So years later, when this one came along, it felt like the right place to start. Turns out, I never stopped loving motorcycles. I just stopped riding. That first ride back felt familiar surprisingly quickly. Then, over the next few weeks and months, I started noticing something I wasn't expecting. When I'm riding, my mind stays right here. On the road, looking through the next corner, taking in the scenery, catching the smell of fresh cut hay or the salt air along the coast, feeling the temperature change as I ride through the trees and back into the sunshine, listening to the engine. You don't even realize how much you're taking in. For me, that kind of focus has been a real gift. Living with PTSD, it's easy for my mind to drift somewhere else. Riding doesn't make it disappear, but for a while, it brings me back to what's right in front of me. And I didn't realize how much I missed that. This motorcycle answered the question I bought it for. Yes, I still love riding. Maybe even more than I remembered. The funny thing is, now I have a different question. What's next? This bike was never meant to be the end of the journey. It was meant to help me find my way back to riding. Now it's got me thinking about where the next chapter might lead. I'm not in a rush. Half the fun is dreaming, doing the research, talking to other riders, and figuring out what fits the kind of riding I want to do. For now, I'm just happy to be back on two wheels. I'm glad I said yes to this ride. Thanks for riding with us. Until next time, keep the light on.